There's a buzz here in San Antonio, Texas with another sold-out arena. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. This game marks the end of a road trip for Chicago. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
And for Chicago, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
It's got to be frustrating for them so far this year. Anytime it's appeared that they're ready to break out, they suffered some sort of regression, and it has them stuck right there in the middle of the standings.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. They've got Jimmy Butler, D-Wade out there with Rajon Rondo, then it's Taj Gibson, and it's Lopez in at the center filling out the middle. He's off on the first. And you have to like what Danny Green, Brent, brings to the table defensively. Long arms, very quick for his size. And he can defend 1 through 3.
Well, that's a pretty good tandem if you're suiting up next to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi takes the stronger guy, and Danny Green usually goes to the quickness defensively. And Green also a strong defensive rebounder and one of the better perimeter shot blockers in the game.
And these Christmas games have really become the marquee day for the NBA to exhibit some of their great teams with some great games. Brent, for the players, how important is it to play on Christmas?
Well, I think it's just a tremendous honor to share with your family, and you look back after years and years and say, you know what, I had a great time playing on Christmas Day, knowing that people had had an incredible family experience in the morning, opening up gifts, sharing a late breakfast, and then sitting down to watch me do what I love to do. So what an honor and a treat for players to get a Christmas Day game in.
Well said. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
There's that length and anticipation. Hard to get the ball over Aldridge in that scenario.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Gasol inside. Lopez is there. And it's off the back rim. No good. For Chicago, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, that's one of his best attributes, is his passes hit guys in stride.
The pass to Gasol. Lopez with the steal. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And so just over a minute and a half played. And here's Rondo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Lopez kicks to Wade. He dishes it to Butler. Rondo passes to Lopez.
That's still staggering out of the blocks here. 1 for 5.
That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Now the dish to Gasol. Green, the screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And no good. Great D that time from Gibson. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lopez kicks to Wade. Back to Lopez. Out to Wade. 5 to shoot. And the 3 ball is good. Wade's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that's just a really good-looking three-point shot from D-Wade. You have to crowd him as he's rising up for that one.
Gasol a screen. Parker dishes to Leonard. Shot off the pick. He can't get it to go. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yes, accuracy was not their strong suit, and it wasn't necessarily because the D was so tough. They created a lot of open looks. They just couldn't hit anything.
Gasol kicks to Green. Spurs working the ball around now. Tries to snap the cold streak, and Aldridge the basket on the assist from Green.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Here's Rondo. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. They set the screen. Green against Wade. 11 feet away. Gasol with the rebound. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Portland Trail Blazers.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Big shots, little shots, are there such a thing? They all hit the shots, and it took the fans right out of it. What a performance away from home.
Now here's Butler. 26 points for him last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. And the Bulls, another three.
That's a beautiful shot from Dwayne Wade. He's still got that jumper going.
Spurs trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. It's stolen by Wade. Here we go, one-on-one. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Green against Wade. Parker outside. And Leonard has it in the corner. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Leonard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Bulls leading by 5. Outside Rondo. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
You could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Well, he had a jump on it, had a chance to make the play, just could not steal the deal.
Lopez against Gasol. Lopez passes to Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. Latrey.
Well, it's something that he's done throughout his career. Green once again making a big defensive play.
You know, you figured that Dwayne Wade might be a player to finish his career playing for just one team, the Miami Heat, but in the end, things just ended bitterly. Wade had taken less money in the past so the Heat could win titles. I mean, he was done playing for a discount, and the Bulls, boy, did they step up.
Green against Wade. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Yeah, it's one of those quarters where you're just incredibly frustrated that you did not impact it the way you wanted to. So nothing going right now.
Now here's Gasol. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And with the trade of Derrick Rose and the departure of Pau Gasol, it seemed like the Bulls might look to rebuild and go young. Then they reverse course and get Chicago native Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, and don't forget the deal for Rajon Rondo. They're taking kind of a blended approach. Not a lot of three-point shooting in that backcourt. So it'll be interesting to see how all these pieces fit together.
And he's good on the second.
And over the years, Gasol has proven himself to be a valuable teammate. Someone guys love to be around. A guy that plays well with just about anybody.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Bulls.
It seems like they found a nice middle ground here. There's some long range, some inside the arc. That kind of offensive versatility makes it really tough for a team to defend.
The Bulls leading by 4. Rondo kicks to Lopez. Gibson the screen. Down low. It's stolen by Green. Leonard on the wing. Shoots a fader. That one wide left. Now Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Wade kicks to Rondo. To the paint. Here's Gibson. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Gibson's got his first basket of the night.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows his team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. See if they can impose their will tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. So it's mainly about defense for them early on.
And it won't just be early. I mean, it'll be about D all game long.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not going with a little bit more of a balanced approach, but they say that defense wins championships, so the focus is there, and we'll see if that gives them the benefit of the doubt.
And following in the footsteps of Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard fits the Spurs mold of what a superstar player should be. Team first, a defensive-minded, a stoic demeanor.
Well, he's not worried about the number of touches either, Kevin. It's when called upon, just be ready. Seemingly avoids the limelight, just like Timmy, and he's all about getting better, being the best player he can possibly be, and then winning big.
Here's Cannon. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Grant. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That free throw, no good. Well, people always say defense wins championships if you're running a team and trying to craft a lockdown squad. Brent, what are you actually looking for?
Do you have Kawhi Leonard's mobile number?
I've got it.
Yeah,
I'll pass it on. Yeah, it begins with Kawhi Leonard.
That's what I'm looking for.
The two-time Defensive Player of the Year.
A great positional defender on the wing is an absolute must. And then the back line of defense, Kevin, is an interior defender who not only is a rim protector, but just a great position player. You look at Tim Duncan, and even in the latter stages of his career, he's able to put himself in spots on the floor where he knows he can be effective. Not about blocking the shot or taking the charge, but just in the way of the offense. So I always look for a guy on the back line who can bark out orders and hang around the rim to bother everybody coming his way.
I hear wingspan, I hear length. We talk about it in the NFL secondaries. Length is such a big deal. In the NBA, that becomes just as important, if not one of the most important defensive tools.
Length, and then also knowing how to use that length,
yes. Kevin. Now Mills. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. Ginobili outside. Mills with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Well, if Parker is the slower point guard at this point, Patty Mills comes in and definitely changes the pace for the Spurs. Out of Australia, a shoot-first guard who can hit off the bounce and off the catch. And so that three-point shooting ability puts pressure on teams. He's also a pest defensively, likes to get up and into guys. Free throw shooting, just another part of his game he does extremely well.
And it's good for two. San Antonio trailing here. Ginobili kicks to lead. Now here's Mills. Back to Lee. Ginobili outside. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. And the call will be against David Lee. That's his first foul. Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Grant kicks to McDermott. Passes it to Cannon. With a step back, hits the front of the rim and out. And Brent, you talk about Mills' ability to pressure defensively. Very quick, and he gets a lot of steals.
Sometimes he can get caught gambling at times, can Patty, but on the whole, a very capable defender, a bit of a gnat out there, and a valuable player when you consider he went undrafted out of St. Mary's of Moraga.
Tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Anderson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now, here's Grant. Stolen by Anderson. And Mills kicks to Anderson. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Drains the three-pointer. Now it's a 3-point San Antonio lead. The Bulls shooting just 35% to start the game. Back to Grant. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Well, if he was wearing a badge, it'd be one of courage. He rose up and actually took that shot.
And last season we had Kobe's retirement, but in the offseason we said goodbye to another legend, the terrific Tim Duncan. You know, Greg, there was talk he might hang it up, and he felt that he didn't have any more in him and called it a career after 19 incredible record-breaking seasons.
Yeah, and Timmy retired in the most Duncan way possible. Just quietly let it happen in the midst of the summer. No farewell tour or any of that. A big hit to the game of basketball to see one of the all-time greats walk away, but arguably one of the best two-way players to have ever played the game.
Here's Ginobili after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. No good from Simmons. 1:12 left in the first. Here's Cannon. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Grant gets a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple. For San Antonio, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Lee outside, and Mills kicks to Lee. Stripped away. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. It's Chicago with another bucket.
I know the difficulty degree there high, but he drains it.
And Mills kicks to Lee. He had Simmons atop the key. Lee dishes to Simmons. Shot clock at 6. And that one, good.
And that's exactly what you want. Height mismatch in close leads to the easy layup.
And here is Mirotic. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. One second left. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Spurs lead by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And one of the most competitive men ever.
Just rely on what happened in the past, then you're stuck in the past. And we, many of us, maybe our last shot, our last season, we don't even know if we're going to have another season. So, you know, we want to do as good as we can.
Well, the fire is still there, but the energy and the ability, guys, to get it done physically, let's face it, at this point, Ginobili's mostly gutting it out.
Still, you know, though, he'll either beat you or go down swinging. Just a tough individual.
And we're ready to get rolling once again here for our Christmas Day matchup. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Control the glass, and you control the pace, and you get those extra possessions, which are huge.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for San Antonio, Leonard and Aldridge, the 2 stars at the 3 and the 4. And it's Green, then it's Pau Gasol. Over in the corner, Green. Off target with his 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Rondo kicks to Gibson. Near the 3-point line, it's Wade. And he overshot that one, missing. San Antonio leading. The feed to Gasol. Takes the 13-footer. Count that one. Gasol's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for San Antonio. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be the next all-star big man in San Antonio, and he downplays any notion of him as a successor to Tim Duncan. He said no one is going to fill his shoes. There's no pressure, and I'm not trying to be him. Our games are different. I think a pretty good perspective, Kevin.
All he has to do is be himself, D.A. Thanks. And San Antonio has possession following the three from Nikola Mirotic. Here's Leonard. Some solid defense from Butler.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That gives them the lead.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Gasol is screen on Rondo. Dishes to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Aldridge a screen. And stolen by Mirotic. Down low. Here's Butler. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Aldridge. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Spurs. Chicago has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Gibson the screen. Mirotic has a wide open look. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Greg Popovich, coach of the Spurs, at times we've seen him be a little prickly with the media. If he doesn't like a question, Brent, he'll let you know about it.
Well, I know the shtick for some people, Kevin, has gotten a little bit tiresome, but that's not who Greg Popovich is as a coach. He just doesn't like to do those in-game interviews. It's kind of like you sitting with me doing a broadcast.
You're right. Now, here's Green, following the miss by Taj Gibson. Pass to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. Gasol a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Lets it go from 11. That one's not going to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Yeah, thought process was after he hit that first 3, he'd be in great shape, but he looks way off right now.
The Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bulls. Here's Butler. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Gibson passes to Wade. Inside, it's stolen by Green. Fires for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight, and it's Wade in the corner. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, he is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
Now here's Parker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Well, Chicago's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Here's the screen. Lopez kicks to Butler. Pulls up from the corner. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 1. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Aldridge with a screen on Rondo. Parker kicks to Aldridge. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Gasol trying to free himself up. And again, it's Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, he's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
Lopez outside. He kicks it to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Rondo. Gibson in the post. Aldridge is covering. Shot's good by Gibson.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Yeah, where's the box out? That's a mistake that is easily preventable with some fundamentals.
Now here's Parker. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Leonard against Butler. They get a hand on it. Here's Wade. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Timeout.
And now a three-point Chicago lead.
Even with all of those live bodies in the paint, Dwayne Wade finds a way to muscle that one in.
And the return of Wade to his hometown Chicago Bulls, Greg. One of the major stories, certainly, in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, he had bigger offers on the table, but said the only real options for him were Miami or Chicago. And for a Bulls team that seemed on the verge of a rebuild, getting Wade has given them a fighting chance now in the East.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Lee's checked in for Gasol. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Chicago. Isaiah Cannon comes in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Parker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Kicks it to Lee. San Antonio again missing. Here's Cannon. To the inside, Lopez. Good D by Lee.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
Parker outside. Feeds it to Lee. Aldridge kicks to Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Aldridge is screen. And Parker, here we go. Nice work there coming off the screen.
Yeah, the pick and roll is a deadly thing when Parker gets involved like there. You never know what he's going to do.
Here's Cannon. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lopez outside. A fader. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. And it's 13 points for Wade.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him in any way. He's really stepped up here in the second quarter.
Aldridge a screen. Parker with it. Butler covering. Pass to Aldridge. From 10 feet out, and it's D. Wade with the rebound.
Yeah, so far he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
Here's McDermott, and it's Chicago scoring again.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Butler against Parker. No good with the triple. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's Cannon. Here's the screen. Wade on the wing. Lopez inside, working on Lee. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. For Chicago, they have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Brent, you had the chance to play under Coach Greg Popovich during your 4 seasons with the Spurs. Aside from the obvious accolades and plaudits, what stands out to you about him as a coach?
The one thing about Pop that stands out, Kevin, is the simple fact that the rhythm of the season is something that he has a tremendous amount of control over.
Had great feel for it.
There's no doubt about it. Pop is so good about understanding the feelings and the emotions attached to the game. And on top of that, the priority with which the game should have in your life. And that's the kind of player that they're looking for. They understand that the player has to understand the job, his accountability to his teammates, the role that he's asked to play, And then lastly, just how important basketball is in the grand scheme of things.
Chicago with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Lopez, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on David Lee. And you look back, the Spurs, one of the very first teams to really scout the globe and, Brent, bring in international players.
Well, it's also interesting, Kevin, that the trend continues. Even last year in the 2016 draft, in the first round, we saw a lot of international players being snatched up as building blocks for their franchises moving forward. But the Spurs always have been successful at finding some hidden gems, and their general manager deserves a lot of credit for it.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Ginobili outside. Lee left side. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going.
Well, we know that this team can shoot a lot better from deep. But tonight it's just not there for them. They can keep firing and hope they can shoot their way out of this funk. But if they continue to shoot it like they have from beyond the arc thus far, they'll just be beating themselves.
That free throw missing. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. One thing the Bulls have to deal with that is unique to their franchise, Greg, is an extremely high expectation factor from their fan base.
And when you have a rich franchise history like the Bulls, it's a double-edged sword. Fans can always look back at the great years in the 90s, but they'll always long for a return to those days, and sometimes the expectations can be too much.
Grant kicks to McDermott. 1:29 left in the first half. Lopez against Lee. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Grant the pass to Portis. McDermott for 3. And the Bulls get it back. Second chance shot. And no good. Spurs trail by 7. Anderson kicks to Lee. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Love to see passes to guys on the move that are on target. They don't break stride.
There's the pass to McDermott. Here's Cannon looking for his first basket still in this one. Back to McDermott. Pulls up on the wing. That one falls. And the Bulls lead by 7. San Antonio's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Al Simmons, he had 10 points in the win against Portland. Lee dishes to Ginobili. Cannon with the rebound. Chicago leading by 7. San Antonio with the rebound. Lee's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Anderson right side. Mills with it. He feeds it to Lee. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And while he's better known for scoring than playing the PG position in a traditional...
He got it!
Oh, man!
Wow! He got it!
This is what you got to do. Woo. OMG, that's how you silence a crowd.
And we finished one half of basketball. Bulls out front, up by 8. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They were in the driver's seat once we got into the second quarter. Their lead is now 8 here at the half, and they've got all the momentum on their side. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
To fall behind like this at home after only one half is upsetting. We're not talking about an insurmountable deficit, but we're not talking about a small one either. They're going to have to play a good second half of basketball for a chance to win this.
That, sadly,
the second half just about to get going here. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
You just can't shoot the triple any better than he did in that first half. That was incredible.
Yeah, not something he typically does well, but it shows almost anyone at this level can get on a roll on any given night.
Spurs trail by 8. Tipping off the second half. Here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Lopez in at the 5, down low. And it's Aldridge missing.
Well, he's the last guy you want to leave open there, but somehow he didn't knock it down.
Outside Rondo. Gibson a screen. Lets a floater go. And Lopez gets it to go.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And knowing that's the kind of D the opposition has been playing, he's going straight for the jugular, just like he should.
Here is Parker. The Bulls getting the bucket. And there's the 3-second violation.
And here's the stat sheet on Dwayne Wade. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's averaging 19 points per game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Now here's Rondo. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Butler passes to Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Lopez has got 12 in the game.
And without his sharp shooting, who knows where they'd be right now.
There's the dish to Gasol. Pass to Parker. The feed now to Aldridge. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 6.
Yeah, the assist by Parker, just brilliant. Really seeing his teammates out there.
And Tony Parker, the 3rd Frenchman ever to play in the NBA, and unquestionably the best.
Well, we've seen a lot of his countrymen follow in his footsteps, and he came over so young. At that time, he was the youngest point guard in the NBA since Magic Johnson was in 1979. And like Magic, he quickly earned some championship hardware.
The Bulls have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Leonard. Some solid defense from Butler.
Well, he has more than enough strength to fight through the D and convert that one. I'm surprised he came up short there.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know about the championships that the Spurs have won, but it's their culture that is admired around the league. Coach Popovich said, "I've been fortunate with the guys I've had come through here. My job is pretty easy when people have that character. You don't have to convince them to get over themselves or to feel responsible to each other. It makes it easier to have a team that enjoys playing together." Kevin?
All right, D.A., thanks. Being modest certainly is Coach Pop. He chose the players who fit, certainly. First one falls for him.
And this last offseason, Pau Gasol coming over to the Spurs in free agency, it seems to be the exact kind of player that the Spurs would want on their team, especially with his basketball IQ. Pau liked the fit as well, and it didn't take long for him to join San Antonio.
Now here's Gibson. 9 points in the game so far. Left side Rondo. The 10-footer. And it's Lopez again missing. Spurs trail by 11. And for Gasol on the Spurs, it was actually another Gasol that was prompting Pau to join the team. His brother Mark told him, go to San Antonio.
Yeah, and what is strange is that Mark is very much on a team that rivals the Spurs. So I don't think Mark was doing it just so he could battle his older brother 4 times a year. I think he meant what he said with the Spurs. They are a great organization and would probably make the best fit for Pau at the end of his career.
Now here's Lopez. He's got 12. Butler kicks to Lopez. Some solid defense from Gasol.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Aldridge with a screen on run. Back to Aldridge. To the middle. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Clock at 6. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Leonard's got 13.
And yeah, I get it. The goal defensively is to keep Kawhi from getting looks inside, but hey, you try that.
There's the screen. Wade against Green. The 10-footer. That misses off the backboard.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles, got great position, and really bothered the release point.
One thing that Greg is often underappreciated about Pau Gasol is just how aware he is out on the floor, not only on the defensive end, how he'll help out, but also his vision as a passer on the offensive side.
Really, Kevin, one of the best passing bigs to ever play the game, and it's a part of why he's been the crux of so many offenses. Very good at identifying and exploiting a mismatch for himself or others. Never forces things on offense and always takes what the team's given.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Aldridge a screen. And Mirotic sends it back. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic. Here's Leonard. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 15 points in the game. The Bulls leading by 5. Now here's Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. To the paint. Here's Butler. And again, Chicago. No good. The drive by Green. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And you look at Danny Green, your prototypical 3-and-D wing player, a catch-and-shoot specialist offensively.
Well, a great fit for the Spurs system after a little bit of molding. Not a super crafty ball handler, but he's got a quick release from the outside and shoots pretty well, even with a hand in his face.
The first free throw is good.
A relatively rare trip to the free throw line for Green, averaging just 1 attempt per game over the course of his career.
That one misses. Grant, I can picture you now winning that dunk contest back in '96. How did you prepare for that, and what do you think of the dunks that are being pulled off in the modern game now?
I think the dunks today are kind of tough to judge, Kevin, because you're able to see everything you want on your mobile device. And as a matter of fact, why are you looking at the dunks on Vine right now?
Because some of these are amazing.
I know, and that's the problem.
I'm looking at yours,
yeah,
though.
that's too
and
much.
your dunk was amazing.
Yeah, that was in black and white. So the amazing thing that guys have to compete against when it comes to the NBA All-Star Game is the fact that a lot of kids and a lot of fans have seen some amazing things because they have access to it. And then all of a sudden you're on that big stage and you better do something spectacular and you better do it quick to get their attention. But I think we still got some tremendous athletes in our game. And last year, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon put on an absolute show in Toronto.
The creativity's off the charts, though. Wouldn't you say the things they think of these kids are amazing?
Not only the things they're thinking of, Kevin, but the things that the NBA guys are borrowing from some of the great dunkers that are out there professionally touring around the world. And they're taking some of those ideas, and they should, because we have some incredible guys doing incredible things.
Now, here is Mirotic after the miss from Pau Gasol. Rondo dishes to Butler. They grab their own miss. Gibson. Count that one.
He fought for that second possession, then went right back up with it.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. And the Spurs with some changes. Simmons comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Green.
One shot.
The free throw is off from Gibson.
Well, shocker, the Spurs were the best defensive team in the NBA last season. In fact, you look at the difference between them and the average defense in the league last year, and it was not even close.
Now here's Leonard. 15 points in the game. Gibson with the steal. Wade kicks to Butler. Yes, that goes in. Butler's got 6.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And the Spurs, so disciplined defensively, they move, it seems, as one out there.
Well, even though their big three has moved on a little bit, the system is still in place. And they can pass along a lot of the corporate knowledge that Greg Popovich talks about with regards to where to be, when to be, and how to be successful.
And a look here at the shot chart.
And this is an overall excellent offensive performance for him. He's not afraid to take the tough shots. He's getting open, working within the flow of the offense. Heck, he's been the flow of this offense, and he's having a great night so far.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Gasol. The Bulls have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Rondo kicks to Mirotic. Gibson the screen. Wade left side. And stolen by Simmons. Leonard the pass to Simmons. Dishes it to Leonard. Goes up on the wing. That shot missing. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Rondo dishes to Gibson to the inside. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul. Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. McDermott's checked in for Chicago. Grant comes in for Rajon Rondo. On defense, the Spurs trailing here by 8. Mirotic from outside off the mark. The Spurs have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. He's covered by Grant. Pass to Ginobili. There's the pick. Floats one. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Grant kicks to Gibson. Gibson the screen. Here's Mirotic. Kept alive. Goes back up. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Pau Gasol. Bulls have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. That free throw missing.
And really, you got to commend the Bulls for the success they've had in the draft. You look at that roster, you see a ton of big-minute players who were drafted by the Bulls. They've done a great job of finding players to fill roles within that team.
Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for Butler. And with the Bulls and their draft success, a lot of it has come with picks, Greg, later on in the draft.
Yeah, the last lottery pick the Bulls had was Derrick Rose. Not a bad one there.
Yes.
But since then, they've drafted or made trades on draft day to find a ton of rotation players. Give a lot of credit to their scouting department for their continued success. And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles. Got great position and really bothered the release point.
Watch shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Hakeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
No good on the free throw.
Well, with defenses so predicated on taking away threes and layups, the Spurs zigged while everyone else zagged. Got a bunch of mid-range shooters last season. It's a fail-safe strategy. They want three-pointers and layups, but if they can't get them, they've got the guys to knock down the in-between.
And he sinks the second. And talking about the Spurs' good mid-range shooters, for them, Brent, an open shot from that distance is a good look.
Well, I think Greg Popovich did a great job, Kevin, of assembling a roster of mid-range shooters who can be quite deadly there. So the offense is set up to find those shots with good ball movement and good player movement. It's not settling for the mid-range. That's what they're looking to get.
Just 2 to shoot. And the shot no good, a bit short.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
To the middle, it's tipped. Ginobili with the steal. Anderson outside. Mills in the corner. Ginobili the pass to Anderson. And here is Simmons, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Mills can't hit.
Not quite sure why he felt the need to rush that one. He had all the time in the world and just threw it up before he was ready to go.
Here's Gibson. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
That's an efficient trip down the floor for them, able to finish in tight.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Yeah, maybe these matchups aren't the best for his defense. I'm sure he's taking a long look right now at the bench to find some answers.
The Bulls making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Kicks to Mills. Anderson the screen. Mills with it. Now defended by Grant. He used that pick to get in close. Mills has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, he lacks some size and some strength, but Mills creative in the inside to finish that one.
Here's Cannon. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. He dishes it to Mirotic. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And they're on the 2K leaderboard of the teams that have been tormenting opponents defensively this month. The Spurs 2nd. Number 5, the Bulls.
I think these teams have made the adjustments defensively, and both are seeing their defensive numbers rise.
And that one falls from Mirotic. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Spurs trail by 11. And Simmons kicks to Aldridge. And it's Chicago with the rebound. There's 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Now Grant. He's got 8. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 6th rebound on the night. Simmons with it. Fires from 14. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded a corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Here's Portis. Grant. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Grant's got 10 points in the game.
A nice pass in close quarters. Sometimes those can be tricky.
On the wing, Lee, covered by Mirotic. Ginobili with the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Grant dishes to Cannon. He kicks it to McDermott. Here's Mirotic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And that one falls for Mirotic. A different look now for San Antonio. Pau Gasol is checked in for Lee. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. And the Bulls making a change also. Lopez is checked in. So he gets them both. Spurs trail by 10. Parker outside. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Gasol. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
There's 18 seconds left in the third. Here's Cannon, looking for his first basket still in this one. They set the pick. Here's Mirotic.
And throughout his career, Gasol has continued to build upon his reputation.
Moments make players into stars. Moments make teams legendary. This is my moment. This is my team.
Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Keep our pace on offense, right? Keep pushing the ball, keep getting out and running. They're going to pressure. They're going to continue to pick up the pressure.
And Fred Hoiberg, moments ago in that huddle, wanting to keep that offense dynamic. Plays up the tempo role. That's something that's important for him. Loves pace. But they're facing some stiff resistance guys here.
Hey, listen, this is a war. Both sides working hard to try and capture that momentum in this contest.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. Leonard and Aldridge, the 2 stars at the 3 and the 4. And it's Gasol in at the 5 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And even though the defense is there, it does not bother Dwayne Wade. He's seen it all.
Outside Leonard. Good-looking screen by Gasol. To the paint. Lopez with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Pass to Portis. Green against Wade. With the floater. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in.
Nobody near Parker, and it's off from three-point range. Chicago leading by 10. Green with the block.
Well, if you're going to make that offensive move, it's important to know where Danny Green is. One of the better shot-blocking guards you're going to find. Well, coming into the league, Kawhi Leonard was not a perimeter shooter, but he's developed into one of the league's finest. No longer a spot-up threat, though. He can create some offense on the block, able to handle the ball and bully smaller players with that massive frame at 230, just moving defenders around.
That free throw good from Gasol. And Brent, you look at the growing offensive role for Kawhi Leonard. For as many touches as he gets, he hardly ever turns the ball over.
Well, have you seen his hands, Kevin? How would you get the ball away from those things? You just don't find players who can score in isolation, space the floor, and protect the ball as well as he does.
That one is no good. Well, Chicago has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. The shot by Wade, no good. Spurs trail by 9. Green kicks to Parker. And the rebound goes to Lopez. The Bulls have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Butler passes to Wade. Wade missing again.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, his confidence really nowhere to be found right now, and he's lost all rhythm in that jumper.
Now here's Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Well, he's making it look effortless. You combine Leonard's athleticism with his skill set, and now that confidence. Nights like this are inevitable.
Here's Rondo. Here's Gibson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Gibson's got 21 in the game.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Parker outside. Here's Gasol. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the long arms of Gasol wreaking havoc on the D. They don't know what to do with him when he's going up with a shot like that.
Taking 2 shots. That free throw good from Gasol. Both shots good from the stripe. And it's the Bulls with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Gibson setting the pick for Wade. With some arc, the shot by Butler, nobody around. Drills the three-pointer. And the Bulls lead by 10.
It's terrific basketball from Wade there to thread the pass to the wide-open man for the clean look.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Now in the twilight of his career, it's impossible to say that Wade wasn't one of the greatest shooting guards ever to play, Brent. The only question as to where he falls on the list, but many have him in their top 10 for sure.
Well, Wade has been a champion multiple times and has played some of his best basketball, Kevin, when it's been demanded of him in the NBA Finals. He absolutely should be considered one of the top 5 shooting guards to ever play the game, and the numbers back up just about everything you'd want from a guy at that position.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Here's Wade after Pau Gasol's bucket. Second chance shot, and it's Lopez laying it in.
he does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's the kind of guy who does things that breaks the backs of their opponents because they're about wanting it more than the other guy you're up against.
And San Antonio has possession. The Bulls getting the bucket. Green dishes to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's San Antonio with another.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Now here's Rondo. Lopez outside. Feeds it to Wade. Green with the block.
This is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
The Spurs rebound. The shot's good from Gasol.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards. Just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Now here's Rondo. Lopez outside. The pass to Wade. From 12 feet out, and the jumper falls for him. Wade's got 4 points this quarter.
You know what? They may have to start spraying it around, guys. Just not shooting it well here in the fourth.
There's the screen. Parker left side. To the paint. Rondo with the steal. He feeds it to Lopez. Back to Rondo. Gibson with the screen on Parker. Butler kicks to Lopez. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That's good from Lopez. He's perfect from the line this time. Spurs trail by 10. And here's Leonard. Gasol a screen. 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gibson's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Now Rondo. Lopez outside. Right side, Butler. And he gets the bucket.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Yep, wanted to put another nail in the coffin and using those hands as a hammer.
You know, Greg, when Jimmy Butler is out there, you have to be aware of just how explosive a player he can be. When he turns it on and gets in that groove and feels the rhythm, he can completely take over a game with his scoring.
And Kevin, I'm sure you remember that 53-point outburst he had last season. Butler has games where he has everything that kind of just falls into place. And he gets his scores in so many ways, but usually when he goes off, it's because he's getting to the free throw line. And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Rondo passes to Lopez. It's tipped. Lopez sets a screen for Butler. Back to Lopez. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
That free throw good from Lopez. Spurs trail by 14. Parker dishes to Green. Parker right side. Passes it to Aldridge. From 10 feet out, Chicago grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Rondo kicks to Wade. Gibson the screen. Shot clock at 5. The tray. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Green kicks to Aldridge. Spurs passing it around. Parker passes to Gasol. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Gibson. Outside Rondo. Gibson a screen. Lopez a screen on Leonard. Butler dishes to Lopez. Lopez a screen. It's stolen by Green. Leonard on the wing. Parker outside. Back to Leonard. 16 feet away. Chicago grabs the miss. Gibson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Rondo kicks to Wade. Left side Rondo. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Robin Lopez, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. San Antonio making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. When you look at the growth of the game internationally, you have some that say the system of development is better abroad in Europe than other countries. What do you think?
Well, the club system, Kevin, over there, and having a player involved at the age of 12 years old all the way up to 20 years old, playing with your same countrymen, being pushed around by professionals, getting professional coaching, and the type of practice regimen that they have. Most of the time, 2 a day's practice for most of the season. That's going to get you in pretty good shape and teach you the fundamentals of the game.
And a lot of those fundamentals, a lot of those practices were established by former coaches from this country that would go over there and hold these summer camps.
That's right. A lot of them implemented what they learned from the coaches from the United States and then took them to the next level. And again, a lot of those coaches who traveled from the United States to Europe really were instrumental in what it is that has now become the European development of basketball.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
There's no doubt that the biggest free agent splash made in 2015 was the Spurs signing of LaMarcus Aldridge. They'd planned for 3 or 4 years to try and get him to San Antonio, really fitting in the mode of Tim Duncan scoring on that left block. But being close to Dallas, near his family, that was a significant factor, along with winning.
Now here's Rondo. There's the dish to Lopez. There's the feed to Wade. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Leonard kicks to Gasol. Lopez with the steal. Rondo with it. Outside Butler. Dishes it to Wade. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And, of course, for Aldridge, location wasn't the only attraction. Brent, the chance to win and compete for championships had to be the most important factor.
Well, he knew it was going to be a little bit of time and a little bit of sacrifice in joining San Antonio. Maybe miss a few all-star games he otherwise might have played in as a member of the Blazers. But winning the most paramount, and in time, his role will only grow as this roster turns over.
And both free throws good for Wade.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
Aldridge a screen. Rondo against Parker. Pass to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. Here's Aldridge. Gasol. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. The Bulls leading by 16. Outside Rondo. Kicks it to Lopez. Butler in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Lopez. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Lopez has got 24 points.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
And that's part of good coaching. The last thing you want to do is have total control of the game and give some back at the end.
Now here's Leonard. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bulls.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Lopez.
Well, the way he battled down low was just impressive. His rebounding numbers tonight are awesome. They jump off the stat page, and they got full effort from every minute he was on the floor.
And Leonard gets it to go.
You really have to guard against his smarts. Knows every angle.
Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Cannon kicks to Portis. Ball stolen. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Shot's good by Lee.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Exactly. They get out quickly, executed to perfection.
Now here's McDermott. Pass to Portis. He dishes it to Cannon. He kicks it to McDermott. 6 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. And the rebound goes to David Lee. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
The defender found himself in the wrong position, and trust me, with Manu, that happens often. Creates the contact to get to the line.
At the line for your Spurs, Manu Ginobili. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Here's Rondo. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in